Hey, what's up, everybody? This is your boy AJ Trip, and welcome to episode 10 of That's a Shoot. This is where I review Raw and SmackDown, talk about some other things that might be going on in the world of wrestling, and then at the end, I put over and bury something. This is where I put over something, I talk about something great in the world of professional wrestling, and then I bury something, talk about something bad in the world of professional wrestling. So, I think we should just go ahead and jump right into the action. So on Monday Night Raw, some of the things that I thought were good were this whole thing with Dean Ambrose and the Shield. I think some of us have been talking about wanting Dean Ambrose to have a heel turn, and I definitely think it could work, especially if Dean, because when Dean came back, he changed his wrestling style. So, and I think that's something that a heel controls most of the match. So I think that's good that he would be more, more ready to do like wrestling stuff, and he has not done once, and I seen him do the rebound clothesline. So that's a plus. He had a promo to begin Raw, and he was talking about. Then the other night, he kept telling Seth and Dean that if Seth and Roman, that if he wasn't such a nice guy, he would be going after their title. So obviously, they're putting in a little bit of things into their mind. So interested to see it on the other side. They kind of do the same thing. It's very minuscule, but they're not doing it with Dolph Ziggler, where both Drew and Braun were looking at Dolph because he was the one that lost his match to Roman Reigns. So if Dolph takes the fall on Super Showdown, we had to see where that would end up. That was something that's interesting. I think there was some other pretty good stuff. I liked Ronda and Ruby Riott. I know there was some talk about maybe. I was watching Twitter. There were a couple of things that I saw that said that Ronda is now no different than any other lady on the roster. But I think that's totally different. I think there's still an aura about her, because one, not only is she Ronda effing Rousey, but it's also the fact that she is so effing good. And she is so effing good right now that and to be so young in the game, that it's incredible. I think that her having a match was Ruby Riott, and having her wrestling. I think it feels okay. I know. Some people out there may say, well, should Ronda Rousey really be selling for Ruby Riott, or should she be selling for anybody not bigger for her? I mean, you understood, you understood the Nia Jax thing, because Nia Jax is so big, is bigger than her. You can even understand maybe her selling for Stephanie, because that's her. She didn't do a lot of it. It was just basically, anything, her taking like bumps, or anything like that. But she should really be selling that much for these ladies, and I think so. I think so. Like I said, the Alexa Bliss match from SummerSlam, which I am glad, should have been nothing but a beatdown. And that's what it was. It was a squash. And then they came back at Hell in a Cell, which they did, and they put a storyline around it where it was about the ribs, where she had Alexa Bliss injured her ribs, so she was able to sell for that. But I think I kind of understand it. I think I do. I think I kind of understand that there is a thing where but at this point, she is young, and you can see that when you can suspend disbelief and say that Ronda Rousey, the baddest woman on the planet, who is transitioning from MMA to professional wrestling, still in her first year of competition. So she is, so she is learning the ropes, so to speak. And so her selling is about that. But yeah, they are going to have a problem if she is gotten real good, at this, and in 2 years from now, you know, what's going to happen. She could be she could be the female Braun Strowman, where she has to win every match, where she has to squash people in instance, where long matches are not her thing. She could be Braun Strowman. She could probably be Goldberg too. That might be something that she might have to beat. And that's just something that and none of the girls should feel bad about that, because if Ronda gets to where people want her to get, you'll be in main events of pay-per-views. You maybe even main event or WrestleMania. In the main event. So it's going to be fantastic. So I think that we will get that opportunity to see what Ronda Rousey does over her next career, and I can't wait to see it. Other things that went down on Raw. The BT came back. They beat the Revival in a tag match, but they get destroyed by the Authors of Pain. So, and Drake Maverick is no longer looking like them, so that's good. But yeah, this was one of those shows. Monday Night Raw. It's kind of a show to lead up to Super Showdown coming up this Saturday. And by the way, why since I'm talking about Super Showdown, programming note, I've been saying that I would be doing a live stream rapid reaction like I do for all WWE pay-per-views. I was gonna do it for this one, but in my mind, I was not thinking that Australia time difference, anything like that. I would not be thinking of that. So I was once again thinking that it would probably be like 6 or 7 o'clock Saturday night. But no, it's going to be instead of Raw. It's going to be 5 a.m. Eastern time, which would be 4 a.m. my time here in Chicago. So I'm not going to get up at 4 a.m. to watch it live. I will not. I want to get up at my usual time that I do get up. And once I get up, I'm going to immediately turn it on, watch from the beginning. If it's still going on, watch from the beginning and watch it. And I'm going to take notes, star ratings, all that stuff. And I'm going to do a special episode of That's a Shoot Monday. And that's where I will review the WWE. That's when you get my review of WWE Super Showdown. So make sure that you are here. You've clicked that notification bell. You are if you are new here and you have not subscribed, if you just came over this video and you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Click that notification bell because you don't want to miss my review of Super Showdown come Monday. So yeah, that's just a programming note. Thought about it in my mind. So there's some other things we're gonna talk about on Raw later. But let's right now go to SmackDown. The SmackDown this week I thought was great. I watched one of the videos. I believe it was from World Culture Wrestling, and they were wondering why Carmella, turned so quickly, and why there wasn't like a build to it or anything like that. It just seemingly was like, she heard that Maurice said something about her, and all of a sudden she was with Truth, and then the next week it was like bam, they were a couple because of the mismatch challenge. And that's the only reason why she's turned face is because of the mismatch challenge. But and on one hand I agree. I would like to see reasons, logical reasons, logical change of hearts. Is there, why, I like to see that. Why did Carmella turn face? Did she turn hate because, she started to enjoy Truth's, all of Truth's with ridiculousness? Did she started to say, you know what, he's not such a bad guy. Things like that over time, as maybe she's talking to somebody, maybe she's talking to Zelina Vega, and Zelina's talking about, why is Truth asking you for a match? I don't know, but he's harmless. She goes, listen, you need to be more, you need to just that's it. Do something like that, But it just didn't happen. That being said, I'm not that overly bad about it, because I think this is a good thing. I think it maybe gives Carmella maybe more of a character now, because her heel persona, which she did to her, to the best of her ability, was just to act annoying. Act annoying, and wasn't really, just to be the chicken shit annoying girl, so, and that's okay, because it did a job. She was annoying, but you like to see character development. This could give her some character development. I do think that maybe it could go back farther, and I do think maybe R-Truth could rub off on her. Give her some good facey. They were over. I mean, they were over in Portland Tuesday. So a lot of Truth TV chants, a lot of Mella is Money chants. Love the finish, the way they kind of did like a roll up, and she kind of rolled it up into the Code of Silence. Haven't seen that in such a long time, had we? I'm not sure why. I understand why Alexa Bliss would stop doing the Twisted Bliss, because it's a high spectacular flight, thing and something like that. She does it every now and then, but she doesn't use it as a finisher now. She uses the DDT. But I don't understand why Carmella stopped using the Code of Silence, as a finisher, because that's something that, as a submission move, that I think, would work as a heel, but she was just basically doing using her super kick. But I don't care. The Code of Silence is back. Good for her. I'm not upset at the loss for Andrade and Zelina Vega, but I like it. It gives Truth and Mello some heat going on. So we'll see where they're going to go. I put this on Twitter Tuesday. They are now over. How he's not gonna ruin them. But so that was kind of a joke, because anytime somebody gets over by themselves, they do something to fuck them up. But they were over last week too in Colorado. And who knows? Oregon, Colorado, legal weed. Who knows why that? Maybe that's the reason why they're over. I don't think so. But I'd like to see them do something with her. And then once this mismatch challenge is over, I like to see them keep it continue. See hopefully where that goes. We had that cooking segment with the New Day and the Booty's Worth and the bar and beat down. So it's always interesting when you have three faces. They get beat up by two heels. It's always a funny thing of how did they really look? Dude, that was three of you. And you couldn't take down these two, but I think I kind of understand it, because especially when they use the flower to blind Kofi. So that was kind of like, that's how it's supposed to happen. And then afterwards, when the New Day is down, they take over Booty's Worth And everybody thought he's gonna get ass whooped. No, he just got embarrassed and he got a lot of batter put on him. So I think probably at some point they're gonna Booty Reps is going to get his revenge on Cesaro and Sheamus. On New Day is gonna do it for them. So, but good, pretty darn good segment. Here's what I said about AJ and Samoa Joe. Neither one was at the thing. I think neither one, or at least neither one was on TV. AJ was at his home. Samoa Joe was not on television. I know Brian Zane. He wasn't sure about that. He didn't know if that was a feel like that, but I was okay with it. I was okay with it because their story. It just made sense in their story telling. It made sense in their storytelling that he would be at home waiting for Joe to get confirmation from Paige that Joe had left for Australia. So that made sense to me. So I'm okay with that. I really am. I'm okay with that. And like I always say, the WWE champion, the Universal champion, they don't need to be on television each and every week. They really don't. They really don't. But there needs to be a Oh, I don't know. I say they don't need to wrestle each and every week. But they should be on TV in some form of fashion for most of the time. Now you take a week off because of whatever, and I'm totally fine with that, right? Because back in the day, when Bret Hart was the champion, Bret Hart wasn't on television every week. Bret Hart was on. Bret Hart, Bret Hart he would wrestle one week. One week he'd have a in screen thing to talk about, and then maybe maybe he'd be like at the announce table while his opponent was wrestling in the ring or something like that. Something like that. But he didn't need to be on. He wasn't on TV television. He wasn't wrestling each and every week, and those were like 1 hour episodes. So 2 or 3 hours. They don't need to be on. They don't need to be wrestling every week. They need to be there every week, but they honestly don't need to be doing big things. They don't need to be colliding each and every week. So I was okay with AJ and Samoa Joe not being there this week. I was okay with Shinsuke not being there this week because there was some other, they were trying to give some other. Right now, Shinsuke is the United States chairman, and they're not really trying to do they're not trying to do anything with him right now. So why not have him on TV? It just makes sense. Two more things here. Really quick on SmackDown. Randy Orton and Ty Dillinger. Randy Orton's gimmick now. It must be trying to gross out people because he's putting Ty Dillinger's fingers in like the middle of the thing and trying to break them. And after trying to rip the ear thing out of Jeff Hardy, so that happened. And then we had the one night in Milwaukee, and it's so obvious where they're going with this. But if this gets some good heat on Rusev on aiding this for Rusev and turn Aiden into a pretty good heel, then I'm all for it. So like I said, I was upset they kind of disbanded them, but if this works and this makes Aiden into a credible threat as a heel, then I'm all for it. So I think the big news this week in other wrestling was that there was Neville. He went back to Dragon Gate Wrestling. So I saw it all on Twitter, and he was back there. So the King of the Cruiserweights was back at the Dragon Gate. So good for him. I know that he had left WWE because they weren't working with him properly. They were having him lose to, I guess, someone he felt. He didn't say anything, but I'm guessing that he felt like Enzo was someone who was, maybe not beneath him, and I don't know about that. We hear all the stories about Enzo in the locker room and things like that, and being thrown off buses, and so so maybe yes, yeah, so maybe he was upset that he had to lose to him and continue to lose to him, and maybe he's upset that he was only going to be a cruiserweight. He wasn't going to move up into the ranks, and so I think I understand that. You kind of thought they might do that with Finn Balor. Finn Balor's a cruiserweight, but they've kept him in the main roster. So that's something that's very interesting to see. So Neville went back to Dragon Gate. That was something else that happened in the news this week. Now it's time for me to put over and bury something. This is where I talk about something great and I put it over, and then I talk about something bad and I bury it. The good, I think, was the final thing in Monday Night Raw, the final main event interview with Shawn Michaels, and came out there, and they had Kane come out there, and Kane he did the thing, and he I don't remember Kane and I think the other time Kane and Shawn Michaels interacted was back when they were doing the Undertaker, when they were doing the thing where Kane and Undertaker were trying to reunite, and Shawn Michaels he had the Undertaker down, and then Kane came out there to save the Undertaker, and they did the whole thing where he was up on the stage, he did this, and then Undertaker did the ring, he did that. So back in 1998, January '98, before Shawn hurt his back in the casket match. That was interesting. And then Undertaker shows up out of nowhere, and they do that, and then of course the Gang comes out there, and he's gonna come out there, so they leave Triple H and Shawn Michaels lane. This Undertaker and Kane, so that's interesting. Just setting up the match, DX versus the Brothers of Destruction at the Crown Jewel in Saudi Arabia. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see about that. But I thought it was fantastic. Some people said it on Twitter, and I totally agree. The old school guys segments are so much better than the new school guys segments that it's no wonder that they keep going back to them. The reason why they keep going back to Undertaker and to Kane and to Triple H and to Shawn Michaels, and they keep bringing back Brock Lesnar, they keep bringing back John Cena, they keep doing all of these things, is the fact that they just, that's what it is. They do so good at it that it's exactly what this is about. So I just really thought that was that's incredible, and they certainly know how to connect with the audience, and at some point they have to move on. They have to move on from all of these guys. At some point they just have to, and even with this Saudi Arabia agreement, they really have to move on with it. But I think this is very, very, very interesting. I liked it really a lot. I really did. Now for my Barry. And I just mentioned John Cena. And John Cena is filming a movie, and he's doing some other things. But if Undertaker and Kane, who's a mayor of a city, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, they can come back for their thing at Super Showdown. Why could not John Cena come back? I mean, there was a thing tonight with on Monday Night Raw with Bobby Lashley, and Kevin Owens and Elias. And God, Elias he set the world on fire. At least in Seattle, he set Seattle on fire with his thing, and he's did it perfectly. And it started off a boovation of all boovations, So good on them for getting that heat. But I think this would have been a perfect time to hear a surprise, and hear John Cena and hear that music, and have John Cena save Bobby Lashley after the beatdown. So, but the fact that he wasn't there, I thought was, and he's going to regret ever saying that what he said about Dwayne, because the Rock, I call him Dwayne like as if I know him, the Rock, but because he's become that now, and that's not a bad thing, it isn't. He's moving on. He's transitioning into another field, but he did say that he was always going to be WWE, and so. But anyway, it's not a big bury, not a big, something like that. But I just thought he should have been there. So, all right, guys, that's it for this edition of That's a Shoot. Post your comments down below to what you guys think. Also, the reminder, next episode of That's a Shoot will be Monday. That's going to be my WWE Super Showdown review. I will not be doing the live rapid reaction because of the time difference. So when I get up in the morning, I'm going to watch it, and I'm going to make notes, and then I'm going to do my review for it on Monday. That should be out before Monday Night Raw comes out on Monday. So make sure, again, that if you are not subscribed, you subscribe. And if you haven't clicked the notification bell, you click the notification bell so that you will get the notification when it comes out. All right, y'all. Post your comments down below. Tell me what you guys think. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and as always, thank you guys so much for watching. This is your boy AJ Tripp signing off. As always, be good to each other, y'all. Be careful out there. And I am out.